Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Vail Daily Live. I'm Trisha Swenson, coming to you live from our Eagle Vale studios here in the heart of Eagle County. We'll be going out to Ashley LaFleur. She'll be hanging out in Riverwalk in Edwards today, but we're going to give you details on the weather, activities, events happening this week and beyond. We still have a lot of things happening in the month of August and the month of September as we kind of wind down our summer season. A lot of kids are starting to head back to school, so some of our events have come to a close, but we still have a lot to tell you about. So stick around for our show today. We'll be going live till about 8:30 this morning, and if you want to chat with us, you can do so by watching us on YouTube or Facebook. If you watch us on those two platforms, you can interact with us with our chat. If you're watching on vaildaily.com or vaildailylive.com, just hop on over to one of those other platforms and catch us there. And if you can't always watch us in the mornings, maybe you're busy, maybe you're traveling, you can always watch us on demand. We are on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, as well as YouTube and Facebook. And then we're also a podcast on Spotify. So maybe you're going for a hike up the Overlook Trail at Beaver Creek, or you're in your car, maybe you're driving down to the airport. You can keep in touch with us that way. And this is a great thing to tell your friends about if they are coming to town and they're wondering what to do. You know what? You don't have to do the work. You don't have to figure out. That's what we're here for. Consider us to be your concierge for activities, events, dining, all things fun in the Vail Valley right here on Vail Daily Live. But temperature-wise, a little chilly this morning. Actually, you know what? It's not any more chilly than it was in July, but I swear, after we had that big rain, all day rain on Tuesday, the next day, a lot of us longtime local hosts say that that's when it kind of kicks in. August kind of kicks in where we start thinking about fall way earlier than the rest of the nation. Usually the rest of the nation is very hot right now, and we're still hot, but we get these cool mornings that make us harken back to winter and we start thinking about skiing. But even though it is in the 50s today, throughout Avon and Edwards and Vail, we're seeing actually a 48 down in Eagle. A little bit of an inversion going on. The humidity is a little bit higher, and that's what makes us feel a little cooler in the morning. And we'll check in with Ashley because she can give us the real report because she's outside. But for today, we will see some of that patchy smoke return, that haze that's in the air. What's interesting is it's not like when we had the Sylvan Lake fire, where you could actually kind of see the plume of smoke coming just down 12 miles south of Eagle. This is from fires throughout the region and from different states. So it's pretty evenly dispersed. It just has a widespread haze that's in the air, which makes for some pretty interesting sunset shots, sunrise shots, because of all the particles. You see a little bit more of an orange in there. But for the next couple of days, we're going to see pretty nice weather. We'll be back into the low 80s for Vail, warmer down valley in Edwards, Eagle, and Gypsum. We could see highs into the mid to upper 80s, but plenty of sunshine. The first chance of real showers that we're going to see maybe by Thursday. So there you have it. We've got it Thursday, Friday, a chance of those showers, but really not a huge chance. So nice weather to plan all of your outdoor activities. It should be nice for the dance festival tonight, the Youthapalooza going on. But before we get to all that, let's talk to Ashley. Oh, this weather report brought to you by Liv Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact one of their broker professionals to help you live the life you love. But let's bring it outside to Ashley now. She's standing by in Riverwalk, one of my favorite places. Ashley, I lived there for 16 years. I know you work there. It's such a great.
Oh yeah, it's such a cool little spot here. There's so much that you can find with bookstores, boutiques, coffee shops, great places for happy hour, for lunch and dinner. And Claire and I just kind of got out here meeting up with each other this morning. And Trisha, I got to be honest with you. So I'm just kind of getting back into town. I had my jean jacket on. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So I went digging through the trunk of my car. So thank you, Tom LaFleur, for leaving a jacket in the trunk. So it's covered in docket. Claire and I've been going through the pockets. We got some candy wrappers up in there. So anyway, that's what we're doing this morning. It's a little chillier out here than I thought that it was going to be, and also a little bit more hazy. Being out of town for the past week, I wasn't really prepared to wake up this morning and see just how much the smoke had really, settled in the valley.
Yeah.
But I do have to say though, like being out here, of course, the flowers that are just part of the experience of being here in the Vail Valley are stunning. And Claire, I was just noticing these guys. Trisha, I don't know what these are called, but they look like Star Wars galaxy flowers to me,
Yeah,
right?
they
Like they
totally
look
do.
like some sort, that's what I'm gonna call them, the Star Wars galaxy flowers. But they're
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous, and the birds are chirping. And we do have a little bit of sun that's starting to pop out, but beautiful morning. Just maybe bring that extra layer that's maybe one that hasn't been in your trunk for a couple weeks.
Yeah, totally. Hey, Ashley, how was your trip? You went out of town. You got to go for a whole week. How was it? Where'd you
Yeah,
go?
it was good. So my husband and I went back to see his family in New Hampshire, and it's the first time that we've seen them since before we got engaged. So they watched our wedding on Facebook Live. So we hadn't seen them since we got married. So a lot of big things have happened since we've been around them. So that was really special just to be able to spend that time with them. And then, as I was telling you and Rachel this morning, traveling that's a little something. This is my first time being on a plane since the pandemic. And let's just throw this out to the chat. What is the most awkward thing that someone sitting next to you on a plane has eaten in your presence? Because for our experience, around like midnight last night, it was pickles. She couldn't find her bag of pickles.
Oh, yeah. Pickles, but tell me what she was eating them with.
But to complement the pickles, also some of those Cool Ranch Doritos. So when it's like the plane's dark, everybody's trying to go to sleep, and then right next to you, you're this like crunch, 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 crunch. And then the mask would go up, but then the pickles would come out, and then the Doritos.
My goodness.
Doritos and pickles, everyone. So I'm curious where anybody else like this has flown. Like,
oh my gosh,
seat companions may have brought for awkward snacks, because in all of my years of flying, that's never happened. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like, all right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, yeah, pickles. That's amazing. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you got home, and I know you got home really late. So thank you so much for getting up early.
Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, bringing you this episode of Ashley Being Awake today.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna keep her fueled up. Ashley, you know what? I know you were gone and got to see family, and that was great. But you did miss out on a Vail Dance Festival.
I know.
But we have one more thing tonight. You could still go tonight if you wanted to.
You know what? I was just reading my Vail Daily, and I was like, okay, maybe I could move some stuff around. Who needs to do laundry, Trisha? We could just wear Tom's jackets from the car all week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know my philosophy. You just buy more underwear. Like
Perfect.
Yes. We don't have time to do laundry until maybe second half of September.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do some shopping, and then hopefully I can still make it to that tonight, because I couldn't believe it. I was like, the 1 week that we're gonna be gone is like the entirety of Vail Dance. It's like my favorite thing at the Ford Amphitheater. So I'm glad that there's still maybe, do you know if there's still tickets available?
Yeah, you know what? I think there's some lawn seats still available. And, so this is the now premieres. And what's cool about this is when everyone comes together. This is when people are doing new collaborations, new partnerships. They're dancing with new people. They have been creating this while they've been here. I mean, some work has been done before, but the actual practice and everything. And last year, we didn't have the in-person dance festival. There was some digital events, of course, but it's really special to have everyone back for this. We'll have Little Buck dance with Lauren Lovett. Michelle Dorrance is back with the tap dancing. Jamar Roberts will be doing some choreography. Tyler Peck, Cleo Parker Robinson, that whole group comes in, James Whiteside. So it should be really something you want to see. It's kind of the culmination. I know it's weird, like, hey, it's a Monday night. I thought it ended on Saturday. Not the case. Tonight is probably the biggest night to be there, just to see all the new work. So I hope you can go.
I mean, seriously, yeah, Lil Buck and Lauren Lovett, those two, I had a chance to interview them in 2019, and I would love to see them perform again. I mean, talk about two worlds colliding, and just the things that they come up with together are so unusual and so exciting. And then the fact that they really are they're making it all happen while they're here is fascinating to me. It's kind of like live TV, right? It's okay, and then we make it up on the spot and go. All right, I know we have some bills to pay, some commercials to get to, but Claire and I are going to warm up. We'll see what else we can find in my car other fun fashion.
Maybe you need some gloves. Yeah, all right. Okay, we're gonna let Ashley warm up for a little bit. It is, a little chilly this morning, but it's gonna warm up into the 80s later on. But we'll give you weather details when we come back.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, every breathtaking view, and every discovery. It's where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories, so your mountain getaway dreams can all come true. Come experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
Plastic surgery isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. At Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare, from the moment you walk in the door, we want you to feel confident and empowered, while our team of specialists help you find the best version of yourself. With two of the nation's leading plastic surgeons right here in the mountains, we have one goal: personalized care with exceptional results. Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare. Your beauty should be effortless.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live for this Monday, August 9th. And I want to thank Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea Roastery for fueling us up this morning. Fuel your adventure. I know Ashley said she was really utilizing their fuel this morning after her late flight getting into DIA last night. So thank you, Ashley, for braving the lack of sleep to come and join us today. But headlines for today, for your Monday, well, mud season, a different word for mud season. That's the picture on the cover. Our very own Chris Doman got these amazing shots of the Glenwood Canyon area, I-70, which has been closed for quite some time now. So these aerial pictures are really give you an idea of what's going on. So smoke in the air, mud on the ground, an aerial view of the mess in Glenwood Canyon that is closed. So if you're wondering why it's closed, this gives you a good idea, especially when you see some of the areas of where the mud came down, the mudslide and the burn scars from the fire Grizzly Creek last summer. So what happened is a lot of that vegetation was no longer, the root systems were no longer in place to hold the mud, and there was dirt in place, and then the rain happens, the mud is created, and it slides down because it's very steep throughout Glenwood Canyon. So check this out. You can find it on the cover of the Vail Daily and also on page A2. It's also online. You can see all these photos and just see exactly what's happening in that area. So if you wonder why Glenwood Canyon is closed, it's a major stretch of interstate traffic throughout America. Well, this is why. So you can look at that in today's photos in the paper. Also, today's paper, green goes with everything. Town of Vail to launch a new plan with key partners to enhance tourism while touting sustainability efforts. So they plan to combine tourism and sustainability. You can learn about that plan and its goals on page A3 and A11. Also, in today's news, pandemic forces partial closure of longtime Valley after-school care provider. So the Learning Camp is left with no choice but to close 3 of its 4 school programs just due to effects of the pandemic. So learn more about this on page A5. And in the time machine, Yep, we're showing you what's happened 20, 30, 40 plus years ago. What's kind of cool is the cover photo shows Arnold Palmer, legend Arnold Palmer was in town 20 years ago this week. He was there for the grand opening of the Eagle Ranch Golf Course. Director of Golf Jeff Boyer served as Palmer's caddy as he played the front nine on the course. So check out Time Machine to learn about the past and some of the things that happened many, many decades ago in the Vail Daily. Your Vail Daily can be found for free. It's in newspaper dispensers from Eastvale down to Gypsum, or you can always go online. You can actually read the e-edition, so that gives you all the ads and page by page, so you kind of feel like you're grabbing it. Or you can just read stories as they occur, breaking news. You could sign up for the e-editions and the entertainment, the sports, newsletters that could come your way as well. So that's a look at the headlines. We're going to take it out to Ashley for our weather, and she can give us some details. I know she had to grab an extra coat. So it's a little chilly this morning, but that's to be expected. And then as soon as we get a little bit higher and the sun gets higher in the sky, we're going to see those temperatures increase. Right, Ashley?
Yes, we are, Trisha. Yeah, I was just actually looking through my Vail Daily, and really quickly before I get into your weather, because of that, the Arnold Palmer story in Time Machine, I thought I would share something extraordinarily embarrassing with you about that. So, I used to work over at the TV8 in Breckenridge for like almost 10 years. And I worked at the golf course for a little bit. I was a cart girl my first summer out there. And one of the girls who trained me was telling me about how Jack Nicholson was the designer of the course in Breckenridge. So, of course, then being on TV, I wanted to share that news with everybody when I would talk about the golf course over there. Jack Nicholson is not the course designer, Jack Nicklaus. But for years, I was like, Jack Nicholson, like, he's so talented. Like, no, he's a great actor.
He's in The Shining, and he makes bunkers that are as deep as graves in Breckenridge. I played that course. I know what they're talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, it's Jack Nicklaus, and amazing that Arnold Palmer and the legendary golfers, but it's not Jack Nicholson. So, this is where you learn how to do your research on your own. Don't just take it for the word of the girl that's training you on the golf cart.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're going to go golfing today, here's what I'd recommend. Bring some water, bring some sunscreen, and then also bring some extra layers for first thing. Because I do have my, cute girl jean jacket underneath this, but it just wasn't quite enough this morning. So I've got my husband's jacket out of the car, and we're just sporting that for just a little bit. But as we're sitting in the sun, it is warming up a little bit more. And I did check, very selfishly first thing this morning when it came to the weather. I was like, all right, what's going to be going on in Eagle? Because that's where I live. So, first and foremost, I was checking our weather down there, and I was like, oh man, like 80s all week. I'm like, high 80s is really kind of what we're looking for. Not really a whole lot in the way of moisture until maybe like Saturday, it looks like. And then next week, it looks like we're going to be kind of cooling down again. But with the temperatures this morning, it's kind of surprising to think we're going to be getting back in the 80s. But you know how this works, especially in August, right? It's so unpredictable, and we got to have those layers ready. So bring the layers of sunscreen, bring plenty of water, and just be prepared for it to kind of be hazy. So, you may not be able to see that golf ball as well as you'd like to, right, in the haze. But a big thank you to Betteridge for providing a look at this local weather forecast. They have exceptional service, gorgeous fine jewelry, watches. They've been in business since the late 1800s. So amazing, their selection. And talk about a great way to, kind of escape reality a little bit and walk on in and experience Betteridge. Oh my gosh, it's just so gorgeous. So gorgeous, Trisha.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's like going into a museum. They have such awesome jewelry there, and some of the jewelry that they get there, it's very rare. Like it'll be the only one in the world that's there for a limited time. So pretty awesome. Hey Ashley, did you know that it's National Book Day today?
I did. Well, not until I picked up my Vail Daily, but also Claire, let's scoot. Look at this. Look at where we are.
I know.
We were prepared for that. Granted, they don't open just yet, so we're kind of like those like creepy fangirls that are just like, "Hey, bookworm, like we'll be your first customer." this
We've been
morning.
camping out all night.
yeah. But I was in between the Dorito crunching and the pickle crunching on the plane. I was trying to read The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I don't know if you've read any Kristen Hanna books, but that's the one that I'm currently diving into, or was trying to, in between the cruises.
I know that must have been a terrible flight that you were on. Now, I usually read books on planes, so then I only read books on planes. So I have my boarding pass usually as my bookmark, and then like a year later, I'm like, oh, that trip. Okay, I never finished the books. I just have several books with boarding passes in them in my nightstand. So
yeah.
But are you more of?
Oh, sorry. I usually have probably 3 or 4 going at a time. So I'll have a nonfiction, a fiction. And then of course I always have my Vail hiking. That's just kind of hanging out as a manual. But I usually I like to have 3 or 4 at a time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you read. I should read more, but
girl,
reading...
you read. You know what you read? Ridiculous amounts of content to put into your Trisha's Picks, and the knowledge that comes out of you on a daily basis is freakish. So you read enough.
Okay, I do read. I read and retain freakish, weird, fun facts.
Do. You are some side of you're a Vail savant. It's it's ridiculous. All the people here will they'll agree with me on that. You're oh, Trisha, remember that thing back in 1997 on March 3rd? You're oh yeah, that golf tournament. I remember.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I try to keep it going. All right, we got to keep the show going, so we got to take it to a break. When we come back, we'll let you know more about the dance festival that's going on this evening. We had a great interview with Damien Wetzel to kind of tell you about what Now Premieres means, and we'll also check in with the Walk to End Alzheimer's and so much more. So stay tuned.
Have you ever felt rug love? Shop at Rugs Benedict and find the rug you love for any room in your home. Our selection of imported, handmade rugs is unmatched, with over 1,000 beautiful area rugs in stock. You can find rugs to fit any room at any budget. Rugs Benedict in Avon has been serving the Vail Valley since 1972. Finding beautiful new area rugs has never been this easy and affordable. Because at Rugs Benedict, we know rugs.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, breathtaking view, and discovery. Where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories. Experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
Well, we are back. I want to let you know what's happening up at Beaver Creek. I was just up at Beaver Creek this past Saturday. I did a hike on the Overlook Trail. We hiked up. We came down the gondola. A lot of people enjoying the village. In fact, the Trans Rockies Run, that big 6-day race, was ending as we were starting the hike. So we felt a little inadequate just hiking 3 miles when these people had been traveling for days, running and just walking, just amazing. So congrats to all those finishers for the trail run, the Trans Rockies Run. But for today, don't forget, we have yoga happening right next to the ice rink, basically. They change it to a little plaza area with yard games and picnic tables. Yoga happens Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. This is a free fitness class that goes on from 9 to 10 a.m. You can bring your own yoga mat, although I do think they have a few available if you get there early enough. So think about doing that today. Also, dinner and a movie that is happening this evening. It's going to be The Croods, A New Age. If you're particularly fascinated with that little series, that's going to be happening for your Monday. And that goes from 7 to 9. And that's right at the same place where the yoga happens, the ice rink stage. They put a little screen up, and you can bring your blankets and your little lawn chairs and grab maybe a bite to eat from Blue Moose Pizza or Coyote Cafe, get some nachos, head on down there and watch the movie. It's free for your family. So that happens on Mondays. And then, if you're rolling throughout the week, those yoga classes, once again, on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have a dry land training, which is kind of cool to get your cardio in. And then we've got all sorts of things happening, from live music. We have Thursday night Move and Groove, where you can get some dance instruction, and a live band will be playing. So that's a lot of fun on Thursdays. We'll also have Helmut Fricker playing throughout the week. He's our Bavarian jokester. So funny. He'll bring out the accordion, the alpenhorn, and all the jokes. So don't miss it. Lots of things going on at Beaver Creek. And don't forget to check out the Villar Performing Arts Center as well, because Not Our First Goat Rodeo is going to be playing on Sunday the 15th. You might be thinking, wait, what kind of band is this? Well, it features Yo-Yo Ma, Stuart Duncan, Edgar Meyer, who was here earlier this year with Bravo, Chris Teeley, and special guest Aofi Donovan. So a packed night of talent at the Villar Center. For tickets, go to villarpac.org to see if there's any still available. But Ashley is standing by outside. And Ashley, I think we're so lucky to have the Villar Performing Arts Center here. They bring in some top name talent just right in our own backyard. You don't have to travel to Denver. You don't have to get on an airplane. It's right here.
Oh yeah, I've seen so many really cool shows up there, and I love the fact that it is such an intimate space. So like, it doesn't matter what seat you get in there, it's so good. Like you have an incredible view of the stage. You really feel like you're like part of the performance. And I've had some really special times up there, especially around the holidays with my family. I think they have some really cool concerts that come in. And anyway, I haven't been since COVID, but I need to get back up there, because I know like Leanne Rhymes was just here, and I saw her like walking around like before she. I felt
Ty, you know what? Ty saw Leanne Rhymes too.
Yeah,
he ran into her.
Yeah, absolutely stunning, like so stunning in person. But what also is something that I think I forget these things, like when I leave and then coming back. The hummingbirds are out here like crazy this morning, Trisha. Like I feel like Claire and I we're getting like dive bombed by these.
You're
things.
lucky you're not wearing red. They really like red.
Well, I've got the pink underneath. They're probably just avoiding the car jacket right now. But that doesn't smell great. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, we've got the trucks behind us, kind of like moving things in, getting things set up at the Riverwalk. Things are starting to open. Hey, lady. Oh, we won't just put you on camera. The businesses are just kind of starting to get things like up and running. But so first thing this morning, like we were talking about, I put an extra layer on because it is a little bit chillier than I was expecting. So temperatures are in like the upper 40s at the moment. And then we are going to be seeing those highs getting into like the upper 80s if you're in Eagle and Gypsum. And then if you're in Vail, we'll be seeing those highs in the upper 70s and low 80s today. So like here in Edwards, it's going to be kind of like a split between the two. But sunshine, still seeing some of the smoke kind of settle in the valley, but you can't smell any of it. Even though it looks really foggy, you can't necessarily like smell that wildfire smell, So that's nice. That's not necessarily part of it. I saw, a lot of people out like walking, running on my way over here this morning. So people are out and about. Tons of people walking their dogs here in the Riverwalk. Still have like a cute little like Scotty guy. Maybe he'll make an appearance, but definitely a good time to get out to do that hike, do that bike ride, go to the Overlook Trail, like Trisha, be an overachiever, Just a slight 3 miles where you gain 2,000 feet in elevation. You're ridiculous. But then also you could maybe do something a little bit more my speed, I think, coming up from sea level, like going around Nottingham Lake's probably gonna be my jam today. Just something kind of nice and flat, really beautiful. And conveniently, this weather is brought to you by the town of Avon. They're the heart of the valley. If you haven't spent time in Avon before, really, really cool opportunities to just get out and see some gorgeous scenery, great restaurants, Maya right there, the riverfront, one of my favorite places to go and like kick back on their deck. So gorgeous. So big thanks to the town of Avon for our local weather forecast.
Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah, so we're going to see plenty of sunshine for today. Wear the sunscreen today as well. And then this evening, don't forget, we have the last performance of the Vail Dance Festival, and that starts at 7:30 tonight. It is now premieres, and it's bringing out everyone from Lil Buck and Lauren Lovett. We've got Michelle Dorrance back doing a little tap. It's really a neat process to see what they've been able to create while they've been here. A lot of it, was in the minds of the choreographers, and they've been working on some things, but really the work was done here. So the dancers have been busy. Here's some more information. We were talking to Damien Wetzel about the festival and how good it was to have them come back. Here's more. For over 30 years, we've been welcoming the Vail Dance Festival back to Vail, and we're so excited to have Damien Wetzel back, the artistic director. Damien, you've been here 13 years or so as the artistic director?
Pretty much most of the time.
But
I first danced here in 1993.
Yes.
And I've been the director since 2007.
Okay, well, we're excited to have you back, especially after having to go digital last year, like so many other things in the world.
Well, getting back to the live performances obviously has been so anticipated and so needed. But not just by any one aspect of this whole thing. It's the audiences, it's the artists, it's the creative forces to be able to do what we do. I will say, we made some lemonade. We did that digital festival. We still did a new work made for the digital realm, and we learned from that, and we take it with us. But it is amazing to be here.
And we've heard from so many of the artists, whether it was on stage or getting a chance to hear them speak in person, that when they arrived in Vail, especially Vail, just really meant a lot to a lot of them that are returning and seeing the nature and seeing the inspirational sights.
I mean, this is a real lab. This is an artistic lab. People come here to perform, they come here to make things, they come here to work, they come here to learn from each other, to meet new people. And it just kind of picked right up, that feeling. Except, we have to remember, these dancers have been dancing in their kitchens, dancing in their living rooms, and trying to, get there. And so it has a special kind of challenge and a special kind of reward. And I feel that's all around this venture. It's about reunion and gathering and seeing each other again. And I just saw you, and it's like we've spent so much time together talking about dance and music and creativity, and here we are again, and it's just it's an amazing moment.
Well, what's amazing about this whole festival is the collaboration that comes together, and that's going to conclude the festival on the last night of the show, August 9th, with Now Premieres. Tell us about this.
Well, so making new works has always been a real focal point. It's what sets things, makes it different. It's like we're actually making something here. And you come here to do it, and it's usually right down to the wire. It's like people are still having the ideas and the next step and the next step. So we're going to finish with that just incredible charge of energy with all of these new works, lots of new music compositions also, and the closing night is really going to be a celebration of what we can do together that we can't do apart.
Yeah.
That we're making things here. We make them in Vail, they go out into the world, and it's just a thrilling, thrilling night.
Okay, well, we look so forward to this. So check out the shows. We have something pretty much happening every day, which whether it's fringe events or our dancing in the park, so you can view it all on vaildance.org and get your tickets to see some of these great shows.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, every breathtaking view, and every discovery. It's where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories, so your mountain getaway dreams can all come true. Come experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
We are back with Vail Daily Live, and we're going to check in with Ashley once again. She's over at Riverwalk in Edwards, but she had a chance to meet up with Terri Reichert, letting us know about a great fundraiser that they have going on. Hello, ladies.
Hello,
Good morning.
hello. Yep, so met up with Terri, and it's amazing. So we haven't seen each other in quite some time. Thank you, COVID. But also, something that's really exciting, we had a little crisp in the air, and then we have empty bowls coming up this Friday, which I was just telling Terri, to me, I feel like this is like the unofficial kind of kickoff to fall. And so for people that have never been to Empty Bowls, tell us a little bit about what it is and who it benefits.
Absolutely. This fundraiser was developed by a bunch of community members 12 years ago to fortify the Salvation Army food pantry. So all proceeds from the event help stock that pantry, and all the work that they do, and that they've especially been busy during this pandemic and stepping up more than ever. So it is a marriage of art and food. All of the best restaurants in town provide soup and bread and dessert. And all the best potters in town provide pottery bowls that they've made, and we involve students and all kinds of different groups that help us with the pottery. We've got a lot of sponsors around town that help make this event possible. And it's a casual, come to Vail Mountain High School on Friday, August 13th from noon to 1:30. Tickets are available at the door for cash at $25 each, and that gets you your meal and your pottery. And it's just a really good feel-good event. We call it a fundraiser. We want you to come and see your neighbors. And these things this summer have been great because you see the people that you've been missing. And,
Yes.
and we feel like that's a good way to maybe get into fall, and we hope to see you there.
Oh yeah, and then of course to have some delicious soup to kind of warm you up a little bit. And I have several of these bowls that I've gotten from this event, and like they always, they sit on my desk, and like the whole, Trisha, like you put like your jewelry in them, or you put like your change in there, like so great. But it's fun because you get to go in, like pick out the one that you want, and then also of course to see your friends and neighbors, and the food really is delicious.
Yes.
Can we talk about some of the people that are making
yeah.
the food for the event?
So we have some old standbys that always show up for us: Sweet Basil and Splendido at the Chateau, the Four Seasons. We have Pickled Pantry on new this year, which is great. We love them in Eagle. The Weston Riverfront and Maya Restaurant. We have Foods of Vail and Harvest and the Sun and Out Hotel. We have Grand Avenue Grill, Avon Bakery, Columbine Bakery, Cornerstone Chocolates and Confections. Her stuff is awesome, so come get a little sweet from Felicia, and Heidi's Brooklyn Deli.
Oh my gosh, that's quite
all
the
the good
list.
stuff.
So obviously, like huge list. So again, if people want to come and participate, which you should, because it's delicious. And so where do we go? Where do we get the tickets? When and where?
This Friday, August 13th, Vail Mountain High School. Come to the cafeteria door. Tickets are available at the door for $25 each. That gets you your meal and your pottery bowl. And then all your friends will be there. So we'll see you there.
Awesome. That sounds so good. All right, Trisha, lunch date on Friday, right?
Oh, I know. You know what? I just love this event. And Ashley, you were talking about all your.
We were losing your sound.
Oh,
but...
you can't hear me?
Oh, there you are. Okay, yeah.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, lunch date.
You were talking about your bowls and what you do with them. Same with me. Like, I have so many bowls, and I've moved with them. Like, and when I host, like something at my house, and I don't cook, but I can hostess, and I put my salsa and my hummus and everything. Everyone gets well fed, but it's all the bowls that I've gotten throughout all the years. And Terri, do you know how many years this has been going on? Like,
Wow.
what, 15 maybe?
Almost. We're at 12 years.
Okay. Well, then I've got 12 bowls because I think I've been to every single one of these.
Thank you, Trisha. You guys are great.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. Yeah. Well, now we should have like a potluck.
Yes.
Because I'm not cooking either, but I'll put some popcorn in my bowls and serve it to you.
Yes, put your popcorn in there. And Terri, how much are tickets?
$25 a ticket.
Okay. And I love the fact that these restaurants have come back, and you know what? I love how they use like maybe seasonal ingredients. There's usually like something with a corn chowder with like the Olathe sweet corn, or maybe there's a gazpacho in there.
It's
So
the
this is really cool.
Both are on deck. We're gonna get you the best summer veggies in these soups.
Oh, so good. Sorry, Trisha, we got the garbage truck behind us. We got people like rolling in to get things.
Okay.
Like set up and
I'll
report.
let you guys go. All right. Thank you. Thanks for the info, Terri. We'll see you on Friday.
Thank you, Trisha.
Yeah. empty bowls, a benefit for the Salvation Army Vail to fulfill their food banks. There's always a need. It's not just at Christmas when we ring the bell for the red kettle. It's all season long. All right. Well, we've got some more things we want to tell you about, and we've got a fly fishing report coming up right now. So, Fly Fishing Outfitters, I was just over at John Packer's store, Fly Fishing Outfitters since 1992, locally owned, Orbis endorsed, last week, and they've been busy, but they're gonna have more trips this week. And what's really neat about right now is they're really your source for what's happening. You know, a few weeks ago there was that voluntary closure because the water was too warm. Then we had all that water, the CFS increase on the Eagle River last week, and then down on the Colorado, they're shutting things down with the dams, so they're not releasing enough water. There's a lot of different things to keep track of, and that's what the professional fly fishers do. So they're going to know where to go fishing right now, where to go wade fishing, where to go float fishing, what the fish are biting on this time of year. So stop by Fly Fishing Outfitters, call them as well, and then book yourself on a trip and see where they're going to be going. Maybe take it over to the Frying Pan, which I think is one of the most beautiful riverbeds. The banks are just gorgeous, super cool over there right now. They do the Roaring Fork as well. And if you need some equipment, they've got a ton of great things that are happening with their equipment, from waders, if you're just getting into the sport, to some high-end waders if you want the best of the best. So you can give them a call, or you can stop by. They're located in Avon at the Westgate Plaza next to Agave. But we want to tell you about another event that's happening later on this month. It is the Mushroom Festival. We are bringing in Katrina, right? Okay, hold on. We've got Katrina on the phone. Okay. Hi, Katrina.
Hi.
Hi. Yes, we can hear you. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great. I don't know that I can see you or you can see me, but I'm doing
Oh, yeah.
great.
We can see you. It looks beautiful. Are you
great.
down in Eagle? Are you down in Eagle?
Great. I'm in Durango.
Oh, wow. Okay, so well, tell us about this Eagle Mushroom and Wild Food Festival. I know it's been wildly popular the last several years. Of course, last year with the pandemic, not quite as much, but this has been a popular thing for people that love to go mushroom hunting and then find out what to do with all the bounty that they collect. You got us, Katrina?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about the festival.
Well, it's an amazing opportunity to learn about the wild edible foods and all the edible mushrooms that are so abundant time of the year. And it's a big celebration with so many tastings and opportunities to experience and learn and expand your knowledge about the wild abundance of our area.
Oh, definitely. And you know, I had some friends that really started getting into the mushroom hunting, and they've got the special basket and the little knife, and then they do all sorts of recipes on their own, some of the creations that they make. But it really is something that's cool here. I know it's a big European tradition to go mushroom hunting, but you got to know what you're looking for. And are you going to be able to teach us that? I know some of your events are already sold out, aren't they?
Yeah, it's very, very likely that they're sold out. It's a very popular event, and it's been fun. They've been hosting this for many years, and so it's kind of like a big summer camp. You know, a lot of people who come back every year to keep learning, and a lot of new people too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then tell me a little bit about the Turtle Lake Refuge, your nonprofit. Tell us about this.
Great. So Turtle Lake Refuge is our nonprofit, and it is based out of Durango, Colorado, and our mission is to celebrate the connection between personal health and wild lands. And so we do that. We have a wild food cafe where we serve grown, wild harvested, and fresh foods. And it's every Tuesday and Friday. If you happen to come through Durango, it's our lunch. And then we also do a lot of education and taking people out into the woods to give them the skills of empowerment of what can you eat and what is the medicine and how do you survive out is growing and thrive actually. So there's a lot of health orientation on how do we be healthy as a key in ourselves and how do we take care of the earth. And we have a lot of projects. That's just a few, but we grow microgreens and we help remediate land on a big scale, like organic weed mitigation, all without herbicides, of course, just fertilizing and seeding the land to help it thrive into its next session of plants. So there's plenty of ways to get involved if you come through Durango or even online. Our website's turtlelakerefuge.org.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be super fun to have you involved with this awesome, the Eagle Mushroom and Wild Food Festival. Look for Katrina there. Ask her about the Turtle Lake Refuge. And if you do make it down to Durango, stop by as well. Okay. Thanks, Katrina. Great to have you on the phone with us this morning. All right. So once again, some of those events have already sold out for the Mushroom and Wild Food Festival. So seek it out online to find out what you can still go to. I know they were going to have a cool dinner with some wine pairings and then, how to identify the different plants and different mushrooms. So you make sure you're not eating anything that's poisonous. So go to the website to find out more details. But we have more coming up. We want to take it to a break, come back with some weather details, and let you know what's happening today and beyond.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, every breathtaking view, and every discovery. It's where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories, so your mountain getaway dreams can all come true. Come experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
Slifer Smith & Frampton, Vail Valley's choice for real estate from the very beginning. For generations, we've grown together. Thank you for making us the #1 real estate company in the Valley. From Denver to the mountains, as we live and connect with each other and our community, Slifer Smith & Frampton is here with experience, support, and opportunity. At home in the Vail Valley. Come visit us at any of our sales locations from Vail to Eagle.
We are back with more Vail Daily Live. We're about to learn more about the Walk to End Alzheimer's happening in September and their kickoff event that happens tomorrow night in the Riverwalk. So we'll check in with Ashley in just a few moments. But first, let's give you some details on the weather. And this weather is brought to you by Possibilities in Avon, the weekly arts expo that happens on Wednesdays from 11 to 4. Don't miss it this week. And we've got a few more weeks to enjoy it. But weather today, you can already see that haze that's in the sky, and that's from fires throughout the region. Not really anything close to us like we saw with Sylvan Lake. You could tell just by how the particles are dispersed pretty evenly that this is from someplace further away. So today you'll see that it'll affect your sunrises and sunset photos, make them look a little more dramatic with all those extra particles in the air. But we'll see highs reach into the 80s and upper 70s throughout the whole valley. Vail will probably top out into the upper 80s. And then as we look down at Avon, 82 for a high. Edwards, 82 as well. And then Eagle, things will head in a higher direction into the mid to upper 80s for today. I know Ashley was concerned how warm it was going to be now that she's back home. But yes, it is going to heat up today. So cool this morning. I always say get out, do the bike ride, do the exercise, walk the dog now. And then in the heat of the day, kind of protect yourself from that sun. Maybe go in for a late lunch, be under an umbrella, on a deck somewhere, do some shopping, and beat the heat that way. But we're going to take take it over to Riverwalk, right in front of the Riverwalk Theater, which will be the location of tomorrow night's kickoff event. Hello, Melinda and Ashley. Great to see you guys.
Good.
How are you?
Yeah, look who I found so pretty in her purple. Melinda. It's been a while since we've seen each other too. I know you guys know each other very well, and we are standing right outside the theater, and cool little banner all set up. So this is like the kickoff event.
It is the kickoff event tomorrow night at Riverwalk. It's from 5 to 7. And we're going to start with a social hour and silent auction. And then it's followed by, we've got speakers from National and Regional Alzheimer's Association. They're going to talk about the latest findings in research, advocacy on Capitol Hill, and most importantly, probably local care and service supports for people here in Eagle County suffering from the disease and their caregivers who just put in so much.
And this is something that's amazing that one that we can gather for all this information, but this is really the precursor to the big event,
Yes.
the big walk that's going to be taking place a little bit later on.
Right. The walk is going to be on September 25th in person this year. We're so thrilled. And it will be in Eagle at Brush Creek Pavilion in the morning, starting at 8:30 with registration. So I really hope everyone can come out for that as well as tomorrow night.
Right. So if people are walking by the Riverwalk, you can see the banner, you can get more information here. Also, we were talking about some of the silent auction items, which sound amazing. Can you give us like a little preview of what?
Sure. This silent auction is actually amazing. We've got over 50 items, and it's this really wide range from a pair of Liberty skis to a golden bear necklace and other really nice, wonderful jewelry. Fine wines. We have some handcrafted arts. We even have a teeth whitening certificate, as well as like gift certificates from all your favorite restaurants and retailers. I mean, the community has just really been generous to step up with items for this important cause. So it'll be a fun silent auction.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Trisha was telling me this morning, you guys have also had a booth that's kind of set up for the live music that's happening here in the Riverwalk too, if people want more information.
Yes, absolutely.
And so that's on Thursday. Trisha, is that Thursday night that you guys have that booth set up?
Yeah, Thursday night. You can see our little booth there. We had Tim 2 weeks ago, Jan. Yeah, we're all taking turns being out there before the band by the river.
Okay, so
Yes.
I can kind of hear you. So you're all taking turns. So the by the band by the river. And so Melinda, if people wanted to come to the event tomorrow night, do we need to get tickets?
Nope, you don't have to get
Okay.
tickets. Just come and enjoy. It should be a really fun night, and it looks like the weather's going to cooperate. So Riverwalk Theater has been generous to give us their patio, their lobby, and then the program will actually be in a theater.
Okay, and what
Yeah.
time does it start again?
5 o'clock.
All right, so 5 o'clock tomorrow night, be here at the Riverwalk Theater. It's going to be a great event. Bid on those silent auction items and then get ready for the big walk and learn more, get some great resources. And Trisha, I know if people wanted to find out more, maybe they wanted to like look it up on their phone, is there a good website that you would send them to?
Well, you know what? The main website that we're using, that kind of the Alzheimer's Association has is the act.alz.org, and then you can donate through there. Yeah, there for the walk, and then you find the particular walk, like we're the Vail Valley Walk to End Alzheimer's on September 25th. So you can find a team, you can join a team. And Melinda, that's another thing we're trying to do is get people to, sign up, maybe volunteer if they want to as well.
That would be great. We have a wonderful committee of people who are helping to plan this event. We will need volunteers for the day of, and we'd love to have more people join on our planning committee. The more ideas, the better.
Yeah, and also, Melinda, I think it's interesting that we do have these speakers coming in because there's been a lot of big news with what is happening with the Alzheimer's research, and that's what, this money is towards. What's interesting is, the statistic of who is paying for the research. I think it's the governments of the United States and China, and then the Alzheimer's Association is like the third funder of research and what we can do to help eradicate this disease.
Yes, that's right. And research is the most important thing that we can do right now because this is the only major disease. It's actually the 6th largest killer of people in the United States. And there's no accurate diagnosis, there's no cure, and there's no treatment. So we really need the research to be taking place right now.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Melinda and Ashley. And we really appreciate all the work that you do, Melinda, for this organization. Yeah, Melinda has lost her mother to this disease. I've lost my father to this disease. So it's very near and dear to our hearts. So if you can join us tomorrow night, 5 to 8 p.m. at the Riverwalk Theater and learn more about the research and then also about our walk in September on Saturday, the 25th, we'd really appreciate it. All right. Thanks, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Perfect. So great. You know, so many wonderful committees putting on so many different events here. So once again, if you want to go to act.alz.org, check out the walk, and you can find out more about our Vail Valley Walk to End Alzheimer's. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll let you know how to plan the rest of your day.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour? Or is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
All right, time for your lens of the day. And we always want to remind you to protect your eyes. Very important here. Lens of the day brought to you by Eyepieces. And they have 6 locations throughout the Vail Valley, from Vail Village all the way down to Edwards. And then their 7th location is over in Snowmass near Aspen. But I thought I'd bring out the Costas today, the Costa del Mars. And these are great for not only fly fishing, that's how the company was started about 40 years ago. They have a lifetime warranty. The lenses you can put prescription in them. And speaking of prescription, that's what Eyepieces is great at doing. They can either have you visit with their doctors that are on site throughout the week, or you can do basically a telehealth call. They were doing these before the pandemic, but you can get your prescription diagnosed and taken care of and put into all sorts of lenses, not just sunglasses, but even some of the fancier, those Makita frames. They've got so many different great frames that you can put prescriptions in. So if you don't want to be biking in your contacts or golfing in your contact lenses, or how about rafting? You know, you never know when you're going to get splashed up there. It's always good to get a pair of prescription sunglasses for all the outdoor activities that we do. And at Eyepieces, a lot of times if you're here on vacation, they can do the whole prescription, put it into the lenses. They've got an on-site lab that can do it all while you're here. So you go home or you go back on the trail with a new pair of prescription lenses. So if you want more information, stop by one of their stores. Like I said, 6 located here in Eagle County, 1 over in Snowmass. But weather details for today. This weather is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for the last 50 years. We're going to see some of that patchy smoke once again. It doesn't really smell like smoke, and you don't have the ash getting on your car like we saw with the Sylvan Lake fire, which was about 12 miles south of Eagle, near that beautiful state park. But a patchy smoke throughout the day, and we're going to see pretty much clear skies beyond that. So not a lot of actual cloud cover, and wind out of the east. Not too bad at all. 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming west in the afternoon, which is typically what happens. Mostly the wind is out of the west. And then tonight, we'll still have that widespread smoke, and then we'll see the temperatures reach down into the 40s in some areas, low 50s in others. But our daytime highs today will be right around the 80s. And then the next couple of days look like this. We're going to see plenty of sunshine for your Tuesday, your Wednesday, but as we look at our map, you can see our Thursday, we'll start to see a chance of showers, and these are for, let's see, is this for Eagle? Let me just see which this is for. Yep, for Eagle. So Eagle, pretty warm. For Vail, we'll see temperatures and that chance of showers continue into your Friday. So that's how it goes. Sometimes we have showers in Vail, and then Eagle doesn't get anything. It just depends on where you're at. So just something to keep in mind. Maybe bring the jacket, just like Ashley had that extra jacket in her car. Always bring the jacket and the umbrella in your car so you have it in case you need it later on this week. We've got more Vail Daily Live coming up. Stay with us. Hey, we want to let you know what's going on today. The Youthapalooza is happening tonight at Nottingham Park. And this is a cool event that has so many different organizations that'll be involved. So from 4 to 7, you can try the rock climbing wall, the obstacle course, jousting arena, the human hamster balls, photo booths, so much more. They're going to have cool prizes that you can win throughout the nights. So every hour, they're going to give away cool prizes like a Bluetooth speaker, hydro flask, portable chargers, spike ball, AirPods. So you can learn about other organizations like the Red Ribbon Project, My Future Pathways, Speak Up, Reach Out. So head on down there with your families. It's a fun event. It's an activity and skill building conference, if you will. And this, we should have great weather for this. And once again, this is in Nottingham Park in Avon. But let's take it out to Ashley, who's staying by in Riverwalk. And Ashley, what a great thing they're doing for the kids and for the families with that Youthapalooza. You know, Valley Voices, that's who's presenting this. And we have so many great resources for families and children. And with all the issues that are going on today, these are the resources that are going to help us.
Well, and I also, like, as someone that doesn't have kids, I really appreciate the Vail Daily and being able to, like, cover these things and to be able to also put together our events calendar. So, like, we know what's going on and we kind of get more in depth on some of these organizations, because there are so many different people that are helping out in different ways. To actually get all the details, I think personally, as someone who isn't a parent, it's really interesting to be able to actually, like, get that solid information. And, you know, I feel like it's also with the way that our weather has been cooperating lately, I feel like it's nice because for a lot of these events, like, we're in good shape, right? Like, we can actually get to where we need to go. And thankfully, you know, of course, we've seen the Glenwood Canyon closing down, but at least for our area, things have been staying in good shape. So we can get to where we need to go. And, you know, today it really is going to be no exception to that. We are starting to see that sun come out, even though it is hazy, but like you mentioned before, you can't smell it. And we are going to be seeing those temperatures, if you're going to be in Edwards, in the 80s today. So definitely, it's so hard to believe when it does start off this chilly, because we started off in the 40s in Eagle this morning. And then we'll be seeing the temperatures getting into the 80s, upper 70s if you're going to be in Vail, a little bit warmer in Gypsum, Eagle, per usual. And then we'll be seeing that sunset happening now toward to like 8:09 p.m. So we're starting to see those shorter days, like just a tiny bit. I know that Rachel's cringing right now behind the screen. She's like, no, we're not ready for fall. Meanwhile, like, Claire and I are both like, but fall layers and like fall clothes. And, you know, speaking of those fall clothes, one of the best places you can go to get those cute fall clothes and then, like, not totally break the bank is at the outlets at Silverthorne, and they're just right at exit 205. And you're going to find them, they're right along those Gold River waters, and they have so many different options to choose from. So if you want to get, you know, something that's athletic, maybe you need something for like a wedding, like we just went to back east, or maybe you just need something casual, like some nice warm layers. It's not your husband's jacket out of the trunk of your car. You can go over there and find those elevated savings. And again, they're right at exit 205. So super easy to get to, just straight shot on I-70. So depending on where you are, it's like 30, 40 minutes, but super easy to find. And again, those elevated savings, you can't beat it. And also, Trish, I don't know if you've done this before, but like you go into the visitor center and if you ask them for their VIP savings card,
yes.
free.
That gives you more savings.
Yeah, you get added savings. So if you're like one of those like sleuth, like I ever watched those like extreme couponing shows on TV. They're so fascinating to me. So that's like my version where I'm like, no, but there's a coupon on my VIP savings card. But then you get like an added like 20% off, or like, you know, whatever that might be. So anyway, outlets at Silverthorne, check them out, and don't forget to get the VIP savings card too.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you, Ashley. And thanks for giving us the scoop from Riverwalk this morning. Empty bowls this Friday. We've got the event tomorrow with the Alzheimer's walk at the theater, 5 to 8 tomorrow. So all good. And I'm glad you made it back safely from your vacation after a long day of traveling yesterday. I hope you can get some sleep tonight after you go to the dance festival.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to move some stuff around and then we sleep.
And then we sleep. Okay, perfect. We're going to take it to a quick break, and then I think we have just a bit left of VDL. Stay tuned.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Okay, that wraps us up for a Monday edition of Vail Daily Live. I'm going to hopefully be heading out of town this afternoon. We're going to be going west. So obviously the Glenwood Canyon won't be open, so we'll have to see which route we can take to make it down to Montrose to visit some of our relatives today. So I think we got Ty and Ken in here tomorrow, and then Ashley will be in the hot seat on Wednesday, and I'll see you on Thursday. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.